This is Daily Gains. Welcome back.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Dave. It's time to get it in. Let's get going. James 3:6. And the tongue is a fire, a world of unrighteousness. The tongue is set among our members, staining the whole body, setting on fire the entire course of life, and set on fire by hell. So my first thought is back to the Garden of Gethsemane again. Jesus is given up, taken to the cross set between two sinners, and Scripture states that what people use as slander are quotes of Christ about him being able to rebuild the temple.
Yeah.
This verse makes me think of that, because what will people say about you either when you're going through a trial, once you've passed, whatever? Was it one of those things where you were unrighteous? Or was it one of those things where the worst they can do is tell the truth about you, and maybe they just don't understand it, as in the case of Christ? And that is what I've been wrestling with as we talk about this verse. What and how will I, bless the whole body? How will I repair it with my tongue, as opposed to staining it? And willing to apologize and work to reconcile when I do mess up.
Well, if James wasn't clear enough before now, he just tries to point home. He doesn't say the tongue is a very powerful member. He doesn't say the tongue is a gas can with a match next to it. He says the tongue is a fire.
Mm-hmm.
It is a fire. It does light things up. So this is not a question of how close am I to ignition. This is, no, you're already ignited. The only question is, are you going to blow on this, and are you going to blow it towards that pile of dry wood over there? Or are you going to make sure that it stays contained so that you can use it for cooking and warm yourself, as opposed to burning down the house that you live in? Because that's the thing about fires that start near you. They always burn your stuff first. I don't know. That seemed profound to me. There's me patting myself on the back.
I think people need to be, I think we need to be understanding that the fuel of the tongue comes at a great cost. And I think that's what you're saying. There is a great cost.
You were talking about the body here in the passage as well. And we've applied this to the individual, but it also applies within the larger congregation. You start using that fire, that tongue, and how quickly can you tear apart a social group, a church, by putting something out there because you think it, or because you heard someone say it, or because someone did in fact say it publicly, and now they're having to eat their own words, and you see your job as being, what? My mouth is full of oil. Oil burns, so I'll put it on. I think it's pretty important, by virtue of just how much time James is spending on this idea, how important this is to him. And it makes me wonder what else was going on with him right now, or with him in the past, that this is the issue that, after all the discussion he's done, comes to the forefront. And he just gently peels back layer after layer through each of these verses to finally get to this point and be like, boom, here's what it is. Dangerous fire. You're not in control. We got to do better. And all this built on that very small turn back in verse 1. Not many of you should become teachers. It's got me thinking about it.
Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da.